and the TikTok videos related to this are being have been or are being taken down. The discussion continues, though, and we have with us Colby Hall right now, found in the editor of Mediaite, NewsNation contributor. All right. So again, TikTok, I guess, says it's taking some actions. It's going to remove some of this the content as it finds it. It's going to scrub it. Okay, that's the latest. That said, I mean, I think we're all kind of taken aback, those of us of a certain age at least, when we saw this today. I mean, what was your, first of all, your reaction, more or less, your analysis?
And what a tragic and disgraceful turn of events that you have sort of. I see this less as a TikTok problem, more as an American youth culture problem. And by the way, not all American youths are doing this, but that people would read this copy that was flatly anti-American and anti-Semitic and find empathy with the words of Osama Bin Laden, who's responsible for the death of nearly 3,000 innocent Americans, is really sort of pathetic and sad, and it shows how far we've gone. Not only did they find sympathy, but they decided to record themselves and amplify how impressed they were just for clicks. And you know, TikTok has addressed it. They've taken them down. I don't think that this is a Chinese Communist Party designed to split up America. I do think that there's way too many young Americans that don't understand the horrors of 9/11.
Let's talk about that a little bit, the age, because the age in general, even with the war that's going on now, is a big story about what's happening with all the protests and how old people are protesting the college campuses and all the rest. We have a pie chart, I think, that'll show the age of, people and how it relates to 9/11. This is important, I think. You know, I'm 46, so I was 24 on September 11th of 2001. I was a local radio reporter at the time. I covered 9/11. I covered the attacks, the aftermath. I have a certain perspective on it. You have a certain perspective on it.
Sure.
Look, there's a lot of people who were born after 9/11. And as you said, not all of them have this perspective where they would look at it and take this course of action. But it does bring up this wider question of what's going on right now with young people and how they feel about their own country. I mean, we see it in the protests, too. I mean, what is it? What's going on here with age?
You know, never forget was what we said a lot after 9/11. And I lived 20 blocks from World Trade Center and remember it very, very clearly. You know, a lot of kids that were born after that didn't have anything to forget. And I think maybe we've failed them by teaching them what it was the worst attack on American soil ever. And the fact that they would sort of not make light of that, but find sympathy with Osama bin Laden is disgusting. The other issue is that, as the graphic just said, so many of these young people are getting their news from TikTok.
Yes.
And again, TikTok isn't necessarily like an outlet, a journalistic outlet. It's just a forum for people to put up stuff that they want.
But it's gone up a lot.
No one really
for news.
Right. Well, and not many people that put videos on TikTok abide by any journalistic standards whatsoever. In fact, they're typically, what we're seeing here, trying to say outlandish and crazy things to chase clout, to chase clicks, and to get attention.
Can I ask you one more question, just because, I'm sorry to cut you off, just for the sake of time. Are we sure, do you have any concern that about the legitimacy of all of this? In other words, are these, do we know these are real kids saying what they're saying? I mean, it brings up this wider question. We're going into an election year. I mean, a lot of stuff online. How do we know what's real, what's viral, what we should believe?
So this came to newsmakers' attention because it was tweeted by Yashar Ali, who's a big influencer, and he said thousands of these videos. It's a massive amount of content. You can't count. Are there really thousands? There are, even if there's a dozen, that's enough, right? I think maybe it's not as big a trend and viral as we think, but even a little bit should be, blinking red light that we need to address this somehow. And that's a conversation for another day.
No, it is. Legitimately, it's a point that should be talked about, and we did. But that other question also about, hey, let's be careful about what we're watching online and how do we know it's real is another thing, especially in an election year. So anyway.
Exactly
Colby,
right.
I know you're on top of all of this. What a time to be following media. Colby Hall with us, NewsNation contributor. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.